All right, this is how I made $2,009 today trading Nasdaq. Today is January 21st, 2026. I took two trades, two longs at NQ. It was a pretty clear day. No, it wasn't at all. It was pretty mixed bias day. That is why I risked less than I normally do, and that's also why I only went out on two accounts instead of my full allocation, which is eight across Alpha and Top Step. But either way, when I came into the day, I saw on the 4 hour. I even thought myself. I even said in the Discord I was bearish because this candle right here, we hadn't closed yet, so our last close was down here. And when you see this trend going down, obviously you think you're bearish. But I also did say that any close or any sign that we're gonna go to the upside, I'm gonna switch my bias right away, which is what I did. When I saw this big wick form and then I saw it starting to shoot up, I knew that we had to be bullish because we had no more draws. I believe this was London low and these were like Asia lows. We took both of them out. We had no clear draws lower, and then we had New York highs, Asia highs, and London highs all above, as well as the new week opening gap, and we had a daily fair value gap as well. So I knew we had to go higher. So with the slightest bit of up movement, I changed my bias to bullish, and then we created a 15-minute gap, which we tapped into. It also was a 15-minute BPR. That's right here, 15-minute BPR, but this whole thing right here is the 15-minute gap. We tapped into the gap. Let me just show you the P&L real quick. 1345 here, 664 here, and then I broke even on this one. So after we tapped into this gap, that was the first thing. I need to see a rejection off of a 5-minute or higher. We also left a really big wick, which was a good sign that we're going to keep on going higher. And then the reason why I didn't enter on multiple accounts or on my full accounts is because we were in this 1 hour gap right here. And we also just swept. So I had a mixed bias because we entered this 1 hour gap and we also swept these highs right here and we started to reject lower. So you can see as soon as we swept these highs, which is the blue line right here, we came lower, and then that's when we filled in a 15-minute gap. So I wasn't sure if we're gonna just reject and then come back down or keep on going higher. But since I knew the draws were higher and we had the 15-minute rejection and we left a big wick, I was willing to put lower risk on smaller accounts just in case the move did play out because we had such high draws on liquidities going higher. So after we had the 15-minute tap in, I wanted to see the highest time frame inversion, which was just a 1 minute. So the highest time frame inversion of the manipulation leg from here to here was this 1 minute gap. Let me clean stuff up because it's not good at all right now. So as soon as we inverse this, I was in, and something else that showed me that we were going to go higher is that we hit the 50% mark of this leg. We filled the 50% perfectly. We came almost down to what, a 6.18. Either way, equilibrium was hit. And then I entered, break even was at these internal highs, and then I had my first TP, or my final TP for the first trade at this unfilled 1 hour, which is when I made the 1345. And then for the 645 or 664, we came up here and then we retraced back into the 5-minute gap. This was another iffy trade because we were in another 1 hour gap, so that's another reason why I didn't enter on all my accounts. 5-minute retrace. We didn't even have an inverse. We just had a 2-minute change in the stated direction, which is when I entered this trade, which is really all I needed because we had such strong draws on liquidity higher. We had previous day highs, I'm pretty sure, and that doesn't even matter because what I was targeting was the new week opening gap. But just to be safe, I knew the new week opening gap would get hit, which it did later on. But I knew we had the new week opening gap, the daily fair value gap above, but I was just targeting these swing highs, which were, I'm pretty sure, were the New York highs. So once again, low risk, one account, quick trade, 600, pretty much straight to TP. Easy day, we retraced, and then we came back to fill in the new week opening gap. Pretty simple today. Hopefully, better setups tomorrow.